And everybody give it up for
Hey, stop clapping. No, it's okay. Sorry. Saturday is a solemn and sacred day in Chicago. The Bears have their first home playoff game in 7 years. And they're playing their arch rival, the Green Bay Packers. I know all about this game because I have been drinking Chicago sports Kool-Aid for my whole life. I'm not saying it's a normal thing to do, but I'm not alone. Watching this game is about as Chicago a thing as you can ever do. It says Chicago is visiting Lake Michigan, eating thick crust pizza, or complaining about political corruption in City Hall. If you think that following sports in the city is kind of crazy, you're right. This is what happened last month when the Bears played the Packers on a Saturday night in Chicago. First place was at stake, so that night I went to Mullins Bar in Western, a few miles from here, to watch the big game with a bunch of like-minded lunatics. A little more context. These games start with heavy hype, and it goes up from there. Two of the oldest franchises in football, the country's most popular sport, a primetime game, and the Bears have had a miraculous year full of stunning finishes. And it's no exaggeration to say that there's far more attention paid to the Bears quarterback in this town, especially on the radio, than to the mayor or governor or president. In the last year, the Bears quarterback has had a better year than all of these guys. I can understand why some people don't care about football. They're rational human beings. It's violent, and focus on the game, like on many of our passions, does distract from little things like the absolute decline of our country. But as a fan, I have to put that all aside for at least a few hours. Oh yeah, and I've even read in many places that the Pope, who grew up in the Chicago area, is a Bears fan. He lives a life of faith, love, seeking justice, and fighting like hell to beat the Packers. So that night in December, I watched the big game, even though the bar only had about 15 big screen TVs. I got there an hour early, but there was no place left to sit. A waitress finally found a small table for me and my two friends. What a wonderful woman. My friend Kevin showed up. But don't think for a minute that this is just about sports or drinking or bonding between friends. We also had a serious matter to talk about. Kevin asked me, "So, do you want to get the loaded potatoes or the chicken tenders?" I thought about it. It's not an easy decision. I said, "Kevin, you know I gotta watch what I eat. I'm not 21 anymore. I can't get the loaded potatoes, too heavy. Why don't we get something healthier, like nachos with beef?" So we did. Nachos with beef, extra cheese and jalapenos. My friend is Catholic, and he assured me that even if we die from eating this stuff, we might be able to order more in heaven while watching the game. Because, you know, God is a football fan. I mean, what is he going to do? Read on a Saturday night? Then the game. Well, in Chicago, with a few prominent exceptions, one of our favorite passions is watching our sports teams get humiliated year after year. And on this night, if I can talk in French, the Bears really sucked. They really sucked, and our hearts dropped even as our stomachs expanded. The Bears couldn't score a touchdown. The Packers quarterback got injured, and the Bears were still losing by 10 points. And the bar was as quiet as any bar ever. These fans wouldn't have been comforted by It's a Wonderful Life. Our friend Steve showed up. And Steve and I tried to change the outcome of the game the only way we knew how, by screaming louder at the TV. It didn't work. Kevin looked at me, and with all the hard-earned wisdom of a Chicago sports fan, he moaned, "This game is over. There's no chance." And with all the hard-earned, cockeyed enthusiasm of a Chicago sports fan, I said, "Don't give up just yet." Well, the Bears got a field goal, 2 minutes left. Only so they could torture us more, I guess. And then an onside kick, which is when one team kicks it a short distance to the other, hoping for a fumble. It had less than a 5% chance of succeeding this year. And the Packers fumbled the ball, and the Bears got the ball. And there was still hope in this world. You could feel it all the way from the Vatican. And I'm Jewish. Kevin looked at me and said, "Don't get your hopes up." But the Bears tied the game with a touchdown pass to a rookie as the quarterback was about to get clobbered. And I looked at my friend and I said, "Oh my God, you're God too." And a few plays later, the Bears quarterback, Caleb Williams, threw a long pass to receiver DJ Moore in the end zone for a touchdown. And the Bears won the game in overtime. The place erupted. Kevin and Steve and I gave each other such hard high fives that I thought my palms were going to bleed. It's overtime. A young woman at the next table gave me a big hug, and I wasn't even wearing cologne. A couple of big hairy men with tattoos and leather jackets and too many zippers at the next table. They gave me big hugs, and I wasn't even wearing any cologne. The waitress came over, high-fived us, and asked the most beautiful question. "You guys want more nachos?" I said, "Not yet." No. Nowhere to put it. We left the bar, and Kevin said the most wonderful thing a friend can say to another friend after a football game. "Dan, you were right. What a team." The Bears gave me, the city of Chicago, the Pope, and 2 rather scruffy-looking gentlemen, 3 if you include me, and I do, a big gift. A gift that was delivered with passion, beer, and jalapenos. I'm hoping it happens again this weekend, this Saturday. Go Bears. Give us something more to celebrate on this sacred holiday. Thank you.